The next one that we're going to induct goes to the craft itself of shaping surfboards. And he was in an era as a shaper that came down here to Florida. He wasn't a shaper, though. He was a polisher, he was telling me today. Started off polishing surfboards and got to natural art. And Pete Dooley gave him a real job, taught him how to shape. And in an era when there were some icons of shaping that were developing, like Al Merrick and Rusty, on the East Coast, Bill Frierson, those were the guys, those were the legends of shaping in that era. And Richard Price was right in there in the thick of it and amongst those guys, making unreal boards for guys like my mate from Australia, Richard Cram, and Scott McCrannells, and the Hobgoods when they were Groms, and a whole lot of other people. So let's take a look at the video of Richard Price.
Meet Richard Price, a surfboard shaper whose craft shaped the East Coast. It all began in the 60s at his grandparents' St. Augustine beach house. A movie called Beach Party opened a door to a world he couldn't resist. By 1970, he was chasing waves every day in Cocoa Beach, hungry for a way to live the surf life. His journey took him west, to Santa Cruz, where he honed his craft shaping boards for the best of the best. Then came a call back east. He returned to Cape Hatteras with natural art surfboards, laying the foundation for a shaping legacy that would span decades. Over 46 years, Rich crafted boards for legends, Scott McCrannells, the Hobgood brothers, and many more. He owes his success to pioneers like Pete Dooley, whose vision built one of the East Coast's biggest surfboard brands and gave Price a platform to thrive. Today, Rich Price Surfboards still rides the waves. Congratulations to Rich Price, 2026 East Coast Surfing Hall of Fame inductee.
And with that, I'd like to bring a great craftsman. These are the most important guys. Without surfboards, we don't go surfing.
That is so embarrassing. See, you know, I am just blown away, and I'm humbled and honored. I don't know what's the matter. I owe thanks to so many people, starting with the late Dick Cattree, who gave me my break in the industry in 1973. Then fast forwarding, I was in Santa Cruz and Greg Lore came through and talked me and my friend Tommy Moss. I know a lot of you guys know Tommy. Talked us into coming back to Hatteras and working for Natural Art, because Hatteras was the place that didn't think it was the East Coast. And so I was set to stay in Santa Cruz forever, but I came back to Hatteras, and Greg became my surfing buddy, and it was awesome. He inspired me. He was such a good surfer, and he pushed me and made me a better surfer. He actually said, Rich is the one guy I would teach how to shape. And so through Natural Art and Pete, I was given that opportunity, and I owe so much to Pete. I wouldn't be where I was if it wasn't for him. He so many times, you know, had to put up with my fake massive ego. And he said, you know, it's like you wear a cape because you think you're Superman, you know. And we kind of laugh about it now, but I thank Pete for letting me wear that cape and giving me an opportunity and giving me a chance to shape boards for the people I shape for and work with the people I work with. A lot of people think Natural Art Surfboards was the shaper. Well, it wasn't. It was a team effort. Everybody from start to finish, selling, building, everything. It was a team effort, you know. And I got to thank the guys that rode my boards and were, I told PT this story already, but I got to thank the guys that rode my boards and were honest enough to tell me how they worked. I mean, you're never going to get good if everyone goes, oh yeah, dude, that board was unreal, when it really sucked. And I like to share this story that when I was doing boards for Scott McCrannles, I had said at that time, I'm not shaping any boards for Hawaii. And he goes, no, dude, I want you to do 2 boards for me for Hawaii. So I finally relented and did it. And then I talked to him on the phone and I go, how'd those boards work? And he goes, well, they were okay, but these Rossins I got were awesome. And that was like my girlfriend in high school telling me I want to go out with other guys. But you know what? I saw the Rossins. I didn't steal Rossins templates. I just copied and tried to do what I saw on those boards to make better boards. And that's kind of the way it read. I shaped 2 boards for Crammy that winter, and he said that one board, the 7.2 sucked, but the 6.8 was really good. So I'm just thankful that these guys were honest enough with me to tell me what didn't work, because that's where the progression really came from. And last but not least, I want to thank my wife and my son, because they really supported me. I don't know what's wrong with me. It chokes me out. Anyhow, I'm stoked to be up here. This is awesome. I appreciate it. Thank you.